Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're looking at source material that's, well, less about lore in the usual sense and maybe more about existential dread. We're taking a really close look at Starfaller's journey, his relentless, almost self-destructive hunt for knowledge.
That's right. Yeah, this isn't about, tracking troop movements or political alliances. We're dissecting the terrifying personal cost of ambition. We're focusing completely on Chapter 4 of his story, where he goes after the legendary Eye of Shadows.
And this journey takes him deep, deep beneath the city of Arcus to a place that really only exists in whispers and rumor, the Archives of Midnight.
Exactly. A place of, as the source says, whispered legends and forbidden power.
And then the sources really paint this picture of it being, well, fundamentally wrong, a place where reality itself gets a bit thin. But before we even get there, we need to talk about the stakes, right? Because this is huge.
Absolutely huge. Starfaller wasn't just, wildly curious. He was actually warned off this path, explicitly, by the grim shadows, no less, and they're a serious power player themselves.
Right. But ambition, that just overrides everything, doesn't it? Caution goes out the window.
Completely. And what's really key here, what the sources hammer home, is that the price for this knowledge, it doesn't start when he cracks open some forbidden book.
No.
No, payment starts way before that. Just to get to the door, there's like an upfront cost, a debt you have to settle in, well, morality points again, before you even take the first step on the physical path.
Okay, let's unpack that. The physical journey itself, he doesn't have a map, does he? He's piecing it together.
No map, just this tangled mess of old rumors, bits of text, even the last words of dying men. He's navigating tunnels that are older than Arcus itself, like remnants of some totally forgotten, maybe pre-human civilization.
Wow, and the environment. It's not just tunnels, is it?
Oh, no. It's actively hostile in a way. The walls are described as blackened stone, etched with these faint pulsing symbols, ancient, forgotten.
Well, like with power.
Yeah, exactly. Lingering power. And the air itself, it's thick, like heavy with unseen magic. You can almost feel it pressing in. It's meant to filter people out, break the weak-willed.
So it's a test even before the real test.
Precisely.
And eventually, this path leads him where?
To the entrance province.
To the final physical barrier, yeah. A massive iron gate. But again, not just iron. It's engraved with these twisting, shimmering runes. The source says they actually seem to writhe, like they're alive.
Okay, that's unnerving. And these aren't like modern magical wards.
No, these are ancient, predating known Arcus history, designed by whoever built this place specifically to repel intruders, or maybe test them.
Just how does anyone get past that? Especially someone like Starfaller from the current age.
Right. Not with brute force, not with a clever password. It takes a specific key, an ancient token. The source calls it a crystal token, a fragment of, well, power, tied directly to the wards guarding the archives.
A key, and getting this key. This is where that prepayment comes in, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is exactly where it comes in. He got this token, the source says, through a costly favor. And it doesn't pull any punches about what that cost was.
Not gold, I'm guessing.
Not gold, not information. Starfaller had to lay the groundwork, the entire foundation for a client's massive criminal empire. And doing that, it meant killing. A lot of killing. Significant amounts.
Wait, so he didn't just, take out a rival. He built organized crime from the ground up.
Pretty much. Engineered its rise, destroyed countless lives directly or indirectly to create this machine of crime just to get the key.
Staggering. The moral cost before he even sees the archives?
It's immense. And the source is crystal clear. Without doing that, without that specific blood-soaked token, the wards, they would have just obliterated him on the spot. No questions asked.
So the moral Rubicon was crossed way back, just for the chance to enter.
Exactly. He's already paid a soul-deep price just to knock.
Okay. So he uses the token, the gate opens, and he steps inside the Archives of Midnight. What does he find? The sources describe the architecture as impossible.
Impossible is the word. Yeah. Defies geometry, defies physics. It's stairways that just end or loop back on themselves, shelves that stretch into infinity, seeming to exist, and this is a quote, outside of time and space.
How do you even navigate that? What does that do to your mind?
I think that's the point. The disorientation is part of it. It's meant to break your reliance on normal reality, on linear thinking. If the knowledge here breaks the rules, you have to break your own mental rules first.
So the place itself is preparing you, or breaking you.
Or both. There are, arcane lanterns floating midair, casting shadows that twist and move unnaturally. Even light and dark aren't stable in there.
And the books, the scrolls.
They feel alive, books bound in weird stuff, materials nobody recognizes, and they whisper, faintly. Incantations. Scrolls written in languages that are just gone, wiped from memory.
Containing knowledge the world wanted forgotten.
Or knowledge so dangerous it erased itself. Could be either.
And it's not just shelves and whispers, right? There are guardians.
Oh, yeah. There's a presence. You feel it, coiled right at the edge of your senses. Not really hostile, not welcoming either. Just there, watching. The Source calls them ancient entities. Consciousness is trapped in an endless vigil.
Wow. Bound to protect the lore.
And they don't test your sword arm. They test your mind, your spirit. They see right through you.
And as Starfaller moves deeper, searching for his goal, the Guardian speaks.
Or at least makes itself known and identifies him. Instantly. One word. Shadowborn.
Chilling. It knows what he is.
It knows. Maybe it knows everything. And his target, the whole reason he went through all this, the Eye of Shadows. Sometimes it's called the Eye.
Describe it. What does it look like?
It's made of this ash-colored metal. And the pupil, it's constantly shifting, cycling through every color imaginable. The rumor is it lets you see through time, past and future.
Okay. So he's there. He's found it. Does he just grab it?
Not quite. The real trial kicks in the second he reaches for the inner sanctum where the eye is kept.
Yeah.
The moment he crosses that threshold,
Mm-hmm.
pain. Searing pain crackling over his skin.
Physical pain.
Physical, yes, but also something deeper. The first thing the Source mentions is this violation.
Mm-hmm.
His shadows are literally stripped away from him.
His shadows. But he's Shadowborn. That's his nature.
Exactly. It leaves him bare, vulnerable, exposed in a way that's fundamentally against his being. It's an existential attack.
And the Guardian, does it appear then?
It does, described as this flash of shifting brilliance, almost painful to look at.
Right.
Later, it's called a sentinel in spectral robes, with eyes like inner fire. It's confronting him directly now.
And what does it say? What are the terms?
It basically lays it out, tells him he's severed from your kind, exiled by your own fate, and then it states the rule of the archives. This is fascinating.
Yeah.
Knowledge is always free. Always.
Free. After all that.
Free. But you have to be willing to pay the consequences. There's no price tag on the information itself, only on what comes after. The devastation it brings to your life, your soul.
That's a terrifying loophole.
Isn't it? And the first consequence is delivered right then. Blinding agony. The Sentinel, this being of light, unleashes holy radiance. Pure, scouring light washes over Starfaller.
Holy radiance. For a Shadowborn, that must be torture.
Absolute torture. His skin blisters, his vision just whites out, pure, agonizing white, the Source says. His whole body is screaming for darkness, rebelling against this purification.
But he endures it. He doesn't break.
He endures. He's maybe deemed worthy of the suffering or perhaps just too stubborn to break. But just when he thinks the physical pain is the price, it stops.
Abruptly.
Abruptly. And then the real test begins. The psychological assault. The trial by radiance shifts into something else entirely. An illusion.
An illusion? What kind?
The chamber melts away. Suddenly he's somewhere else. A peaceful village. He can smell harvest, warm bread. A place completely untouched by war, by darkness. His old life, or the life he could have had.
Oh, no.
And he sees her, Isana, the woman he loved, the life he dreamed of before. Before everything, before the shadows claimed him.
That's cruel. Offering him peace after all that pain.
But it gets worse. The warmth is fake. It curdles. Because the illusion isn't just offering peace. It's showing him the truth.
The truth about what?
About Isana's death. He sees it happen. Not an accident of war, not fate. Murder. Brutal, calculated. She was dragged away, screaming, and killed by the grim shadows.
Wait, the grim shadows, the same ones who warned him not to come here.
The very same.
So they didn't warn him out of concern. They killed her to control him, to ensure his loyalty.
Exactly. It wasn't protection. It was manipulation. Pure cynicism. They removed his anchor, his reason to ever want a normal life, to make sure he stayed on their path, stayed useful.
So everything he thought he knew about her, about his past,
Was a lie. Crafted by his supposed allies. Her death wasn't a tragedy he endured. It was a chain they forged for him.
devastating. And the Guardian just shows him this.
Shows him this brutal truth, and then holds the illusion of that peaceful life open. Right there, within reach.
Offering him a way back.
An impossible offer. A path back to that life. Before the choice to get the token, maybe even implying before Isana was killed, though the mechanics are fuzzy. It's the ultimate crossroads.
Knowledge, power, this dark destiny. Being forever incomplete knowing what he did.
Or peace,
Yeah.
love, family, ignorance maybe, but wholeness. The temptation is designed to be unbearable.
This is it, the core choice. What does he do? He's staring at Isana, the life he lost.
He stares into it. He feels it. The smell of the bread, her presence, it's all real in that moment. But he knows what he did to get the entry token. That act, that foundational crime he committed.
It anchors him to this path.
It forces the decision, in a way. He looks at this beautiful, impossible dream and says, I can't go back. I've already crossed that line. He accepts what he's become, what he did.
Wow. And Anna, in the illusion.
Her image seems to understand, accepts his choice.
Yeah.
And delivers the final blow, soft but absolute. Goodbye, Starfaller, forever.
Forever. The illusion breaks.
Shatters, leaves him standing alone again in that impossible archive, facing the Guardian, waiting for the verdict.
And the Guardian's judgment.
It confirms his choice, almost sounds inevitable. You have chosen, the Eye of Shadows is yours, and then this kicker, it has always belonged to you, as you have belonged to it.
Whoa. Always belonged to him.
Yeah, heavy stuff. Starfaller accepts it all. The eye, the destiny, the consequences. He takes the artifact.
So if we zoom out, what does this whole ordeal tell us? The price of forbidden knowledge. It's not paid in gold, clearly.
Not gold, not battles won. It's paid with pieces of your soul. Deep, irreversible psychological sacrifice. You sever your connection to your past, to who you could have been. You accept the guilt, the stain, as permanent.
The wounding of the soul, as the source puts it. That's the final fee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we saw such specific costs here, that impossible architecture designed to break the mind. The fact he had to, literally found a criminal empire just to get the key.
Right. The entry fee itself was horrific.
And then that final trial, so personal, so cruel, using his deepest love and loss against him, showing him the truth only to confirm his damnation.
Yeah.
It proved his soul was already past the point of no return, really.
It's just an absolute commitment to a dark path, which brings us back to that final line from the Guardian.
It has always belonged to you, as you have belonged to it.
Yeah. So that final terrible choice Starfaller made, sacrificing the dream of Isana in peace, was that actually free will?
That's the question, isn't it? Or did the trial, by revealing the truth and forcing that specific choice, just lock him into a path that was already inevitable, given his nature, given the price he already paid just to enter?
Did the trial confirm his destiny rather than letting him choose it? Was the choice just an illusion all along?
Something heavy for you to chew on. Was he fated, or did he forge his fate in that final agonizing moment?